to the Dragons Den, man. I know we looking at a different situation today. It looks kind of different today, but you still got the most light-skinned panel in the world in full effect. My brother PK is in the building. Shout out to Akumu. She over there on my boy Bloody Nuck stream. This is his 2-year anniversary of streaming. That's why she's not here today, because they doing some crazy eating bugs, taking juice shots, and I ain't talking about orange juice. They're drinking like pickle water juice or olive juice and chip
I don't know what you talking about right now,
bloody
but all
stream,
that,
bloody stream. It's
yo,
chip challenges, eating bugs. I don't know. Congratulations to my boy Bloody. Shout out to my other Panama Mikumo. And then we don't have Sick, because Sick is somewhere in New York, but he ain't here, so I don't give a damn. Nah, he's in the Matrix somewhere celebrating with his family. Shout out to you. And maybe I run into your punk behind sometime, I don't know, later on after I had a few drinks, we go do something. I don't know. Maybe I'll get some Carlo remix with my boy Six Slayer. So I'm gonna get straight back into my panel real quick, man. My boy, you already know how we doing in these streets. And hold on, what the hell? I know I put this thing in here. Oh, there you go. 100 buttons over here, PK. All right. We're gonna get into these topics. We got a lot of topics for y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I already see y'all lit in these streets, man. Congratulations to us for having y'all here. Now, PK, the host with the most. My man,
what's
what you
that?
been playing, bro? What you been playing? What you been doing? What you been up to? And I see you're doing a great job at hosting that 4GQ TV.
Hey, listen, listen. This is your boy, your little brother, the most electrified man in all entertainment is right here. And let me just say this. Shout out to 108 Dragons TV. This man is always like an anchor. He always come through when I need somebody. He shows up. I don't even gotta ask. He just see the need and he just pull up. Hey, that's how we do it. That's how we hold down family. I
Facts.
appreciate it, man. Hey, listen, you know me. I play a little bit of everything. I got a lot of things in my queue. What I'm a little salty about is Halo Infinite having some issues on PC, because that's the only code I got right now. I mean, but yo, we're not gonna talk about bad news. I did play it a little bit, and I would say the game feels a lot faster, snappier, and from what I did experience, it looks amazing.
Oh,
So, you
okay.
know, great stuff. I know we got some improvements to go before we roll out into production, but hey, at least a little bit I get to experience. I can see what everybody's talking about. It seems like a dumb, fun sandbox they put together. That's for sure.
Facts. And you know what's crazy? The graphics have improved.
Right.
I was like, whoa, this is looking pretty sharp there. Even I was playing on my Xbox Series S. But before I get into that, man, let me introduce me. This is your boy Lemon, the right hand of Zeus. Shout out to my boy Yobi in the chat, man. You already know what we doing out here, man. But man, I've been playing some Halo. I've been playing I played a few indie titles this week, and that's kind of an accomplishment for me. So yeah, I've been doing some things that I usually don't do. But with that being said, man,
No,
we're
no, no,
gonna
no. You ain't about to sky past that. You tell them what indie games you was
hold
playing.
on, hold on. Deathloop. I got into Deathloop. Um, Phoenix. It just dropped in game Phoenix Rising or something. It's a I like RTS games. Phoenix something. It's awesome, and it got some crazy special effects and nice
What about that
cutscenes.
Mighty Duck game?
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was rocking some Mighty Duck, and I was tripping out in the chat we was in. That's a fact. That's a fact. See, I needed that. I ain't gonna remember them games. I barely remember they in Gamepass. So, with that being said, we're gonna jump into these topics. I see the chat is lit. I see Pong in here. That Pong, 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 Pong. You ain't never getting that again. No, maybe in words though. But Doggy Dog, good job yesterday. Y'all did a great job. First episode, introductions. Y'all panel was awesome. Can't wait to see y'all next week. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Child of God, I see you in the building, baby. And of course, them Four Guys with Quarters, or
108
4GQ
Dragons
TV.
TV
I'm not
welcomes
allowed
Four
to say
Guys
that
with
no more.
Quarters.
It's copywritten, but this is my channel. I say what I want to say. Four Guys with Quarters. 4GQ TV. Good to have everybody in the building. Let's get it, man. So now we're gonna get into this first topic, and I'm gonna do this, man. I'm gonna do this. This topic here is what I've been waiting for all year. Matter of fact, I've been waiting for 4 years. Now, PK, you're not a fan of this series. We talking about that Battlefield. Did you see that multiplayer open beta that will be dropping this week? And if you have Game Pass Ultimate, EA Play, you can get 2 days head start. What do you think about that, PK? Talk to me.
I'm gonna make it clear. I'm not gonna say I'm not a Battlefield. I'm not against that. All right. I actually like the Battlefield concept. I just didn't do the core Battlefield. I would say I did the Star Wars version,
Okay.
So it's similar, similar.
Yeah.
It works. So I actually like it. I just didn't gravitate to the core. Not to say didn't like it. I just never got a chance to really experience the core version, to be honest with you.
Right.
But with that said, yeah, the gameplay and then the opening was pretty dope. The whole thing is what I really like and what is different for me. And this is for a person who is not a core Battlefield guy or gamer. I would say gamers keep it neutral. The presentation is what caught my eye.
Mhm.
The presentation, because it made me excited to go and try something I never tried before. So with that being said, there's going to be lots of people like me who may not gotten to experience what you have in the past. Shout out to Elite because she used to play the Star Wars version with me. She may be down for the new 2042. This is what I'm saying. It's all about bringing the keeping the hardcore, but bringing in the entry level feel to make people feel like they're excited for something new.
But
Whoa.
That's that. Whoa. Battlefield is not an entry level game.
I didn't say it was an entry level game. I say entry level feel.
No.
With
I'm saying
how
like
the presentation,
son.
the presentation. The presentation is
Maybe I have
what
to
gets
make a
you.
free to play.
All I'm saying is it's kind of like going with the fighting games. The fighting games are not entry level, but
Right.
but they have a way to make them feel that way.
Right.
And
Facts.
it's because it's a learning curve. But if they can somehow fix that and bring a visual presentation of the mechanics to make them feel like they're not so advanced,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you get people in. That's how you get them attached. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. We know Virtual Fighter is the most technical fighter ever existed.
That's a fact.
However, if they ever bring it back with a brand new one, but they have a presentation that makes it feel like they could get some entry level folks in it,
Right.
it still maintains its technical prowess, but still able to attract new people and get them in the box to want to learn on a higher level. I think that's a win. And all I'm saying is everything that I've been seeing since June has been a win for me. And it seems like that's what I'm going to have in my pocket. And this will be my first one that I have ever purchased.
Okay.
And legit, I'm excited. I think for me, the
108
immersion of
Dragons
the
TV
trailer
welcomes
making it
Living Split
appear
Screen
that
Podcast to the show.
I know Battlefield's like a big old war. That's what got me attracted to the first Titanfall. But I'm saying the scope is so much bigger, or at least it appears that way.
But why I say it's very hard for people to get in Battlefield, because if you don't have somebody teaching you or pulling you along, it can get very, very, very overwhelming. And let me shout out Palm real quick. Yes, Phoenix Point. Thank you. I couldn't think of it, but yes, it is the original creator of XCOM, and that's why I love that game too, because it's dope, man. It's dope. I'm still trying to figure out how to get them aliens off my face, but I don't even want to talk about that. Now, my thing with Battlefield, I'm so excited for this, man, because I've been waiting so long since Modern Warfare 4. Excuse me. Battlefield 4, the modern weapons. That's what I meant to say. But it's just like, I'm so excited, man. But, I'm happy it's an open beta. People get to feel it out. Um, I'm killing all rookies. I don't care. You got a gun, I'm taking your head off. I already put out the message on Twitter today. I hope y'all saw my helmet and all that. You know what I'm saying? Did my little guest appearance in Battlefield real quick and put it out on Twitter. But yeah, I'm excited for it. We're gonna move into this next topic, man. We are definitely gonna move into this next topic. Now, this is a topic I don't give a damn about, and I'm gonna tell you why. HDR is good enough for gaming. I don't need Dolby's vision on their vision on how they think HDR should look. So, kept telling people Dolby Vision is a little bit darker, in some cases a lot darker than HDR. Now, HDR, if you have a good HDR TV, you can see the brightness, you get the high nits. It's a sharper picture to me. Dolby Vision for movies is a better aspect to look at. But right now, Xbox has implemented this Dolby Vision for gaming, and my TV supported it. As soon as I turned it on, what it do to my games? It turned them dark. Now, for my movies, it's fine because I'm an avid movie purchaser. But PK, you tell me your thoughts. Have you tried this yet? Cali Rex, I see you, doggy. What's good?
Yeah, bro. Like you said, man, it seemed kind of dark or washed on
Yep.
gaming, and maybe it just needs some adjustment. But it's a similar thing when I experienced this for a minute, so it's almost like it's maybe it's the implementation of it in the game, and maybe it's the game itself.
Or maybe it's
Maybe
the
it's a little bit
devs
of
not
both.
knowing what they doing. Look what they did to Red Dead Redemption 2. They tried to do it in 8-bit and it's fake. Remember that? All these
I
developers don't know how to do HDR, let alone Dolby Vision. Let's not give them
I,
like they
I
know what they're doing
agree.
because they don't.
I mean, well, first of all, let's be clear to the audience, okay? Spider-Man on a PlayStation 4 is not HDR. I don't care what they tell you. That's not real.
The vanilla
They, they literally lied to you. If you
facts.
really want to know what high dynamic range is, you really got to get into the 10-bit going forward with all of the spectrum, okay? And the reason why it's fake is because it was physically technically impossible, right? They didn't have the
Right. They don't have a
port
2.0. They only had a 1.4.
to be able to have that feature enabled. It's
Facts.
impossible. So we knew that, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. So just being sold on a HDR, that's a term of what it is, what the technology is. However, if you want the true, first you got to have the physical technical
Yes, you got to
pieces
have the
involved.
hardware. Facts.
Second, um, there's some things there's some other caveats. There's some underlying things here. Like, trying to do HDR on PC is kind of horrible right now. I mean, unless
No,
you
no, no,
got one of
no.
the newer
It
monitors,
ain't kinda. Just say what it is, son.
hey, I'm just being honest.
It's really not
Unless you
good.
got one of the newer monitors that got the new HDMI 2.1
Right.
ports or whatever that has a little that can do dynamic HDR. It could be better. However,
Yeah, you might lane. That's a fact.
the TVs just got it down. The ones that can do it just got it down. There's some caveats with the Dolby Vision. Like I think we noticed that you can only run into 60 frames right now,
Yes,
right? I
yeah,
think at the
they can't.
max.
Yeah, they can't do. Um, when Midway Gaming was telling me about it, I had my Xbox set to 4K 120, and he gave me a few games. So I'm testing it while we in the chat the other day, and I said, "Yo, ain't no Dolby Vision coming on." Shout out to my boy 100 who goes, "Maybe your TV's not Dolby Vision." That was funny. That was funny. But I had to switch my system to 60 frames per second. So anybody having that choice has those choices 120 or 60. If you do want to see Dolby Vision, I just want y'all to get in this video comments or any of my videos this week and just tell me when you cut on Dolby Vision, tell me your screen didn't get dark. And I mean dark. Because now, some people who's not like me, I have a Calman 5, calibrator. That's the suction cup, PC hookup. I could professionally calibrate my own TV. I'm very rare. But the average person is going to turn on Dolby Vision and it's going to shut your screen completely down. It's going to make it look like your TV's not either calibrated or something ain't right because it's a darker image, and I really don't believe they should be pushing it for gaming. That's just my thoughts. But
Well, I mean, well, me, like I said, man, I'm not gonna totally shut it down because
I'm
one
not
thing I'm
either.
gonna
But
say,
but listen to what I'm saying, PK. Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Most people gonna turn this on that have this ability, but once they TV go dark, they're gonna wonder something ain't right, and they're not gonna think on how we're thinking. They're gonna say, "Oh, this is trash," because that's all they know. You get what I'm
well,
saying?
well, with that said, if they know about Dolby Vision, they should understand how the technology works.
They don't. That's why we here.
I got you. I'm saying if you're going out your way to go past the open source model, to go to the, the proprietary one, then that means you looking for something specific. And all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm getting at this. Every implementation of something firsthand is not always the best. I'm sure it's going to get better over time, but also what I'm looking at is it's options.
Right.
It's a new option and a new uh, something brought to the console market that hasn't been there. And all I'm saying is kind of like Dolby Atmos, something new, right? I don't even know if everyone's TV support Dolby Atmos, right? Mine do.
Dolby Atmos is not new.
But I'm saying it's new to gamers on the console
True
because they
indeed.
have not. You gotta understand. This is when they didn't know that you had to pay for a license for this. They were like, "Ah, nah, I'm not with that." But they don't understand that you got to pay for a license for anything that's proprietary. That's why Apple products so expensive. But they don't see it that way, and that's kind of what I'm getting at is it's options,
Right.
but and it's going to get better over time. However, right now it's probably not the best implementation,
It's really
but I
not.
still think it's still worth uh opening the doors up
Yeah, true,
to
true, true.
get
I'm
to
with that. But I've been hardcore into that life for a long time. Just
yeah.
like Dolby Atmos is Dolby's version of Neo X Cinema. That's not new. They just did it their way and then labeled it differently. But Neo X Cinema
Right,
been around for 15 years. But they made
right.
all these people go out here and buy these receivers and TV. No two-speaker TV could do Atmos. No TV. I don't care what they tell you. It's impossible. No three-speaker sound bar can't do it either. it's, I don't
Yeah,
even.
it may
I don't
look, we're
want to
not
get
trying to
into
get
that.
down in there, but
Right,
all
right.
I'm saying is
I don't even want to get into that.
I'm just saying that having the support opens doors
Yeah, yeah.
for more for better implementations and actually making a standard out of this stuff. Make it a standard to have these options. Kind of like we was talking about accessibility being a standard going forward. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be just having the options means something, I think.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to one of these games that you was absolutely destroying at launch. It's officially hit that damn Game Pass. Everybody get on board that Game Pass hype train. And let me tell you, man, woo, Game Pass for the win, damn it. Game Pass for the win. Now, we're talking about Marvel Avengers coming to Game Pass. Now, this stunned everybody. The news was amazing. I've been liking the game from day one. No game is perfect from launch. But PK, give them your thoughts on this game dropping in the Game Pass and how many people you think is going to be playing it now.
Listen, I see you, Kylie Rex, in the chat, bro. It's time for you to get on that Game Pass train. I know you've been trying to avoid it, but you on a PC, dog. You can download it too.
Uh-huh.
Right now. Right now. We
Get
can get that
Ultimate. Get
started.
Ultimate.
Yes. And be done with it. Now you can play with your Xbox homeboys too without even buying an Xbox. You don't
Mm-hmm.
even have to worry about it. We got you. So definitely we need to open those doors up. But I was the biggest critic of this game. I still am, right? However, 1 year later, around my birthday, it is definitely in a better spot. It's definitely in a better spot. It is more stable. I welcome everyone to give it a shot. Everyone would enjoy this game. Um, and I'm not advertising. I'm saying everyone knows I was the biggest critic
You
of
made me
this
not
game.
play. You made me not play. Just want to say that. You made me not play.
But where it is now and where it's going, it would be a huge miss if no one gave it a shot now.
Facts.
I get it. All this time, you might have heard a lot of negative, and it may be well deserved. I can't say one way or another. Everyone's perception is different, but I can say one thing right now: everyone can have a good time. Everyone can have a good time, and they have enough content to keep you occupied. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
For those who are beginners, right? And
And you're not biased because of Black Panther, are you? Because as soon as that hopped on, you was like, "Oh, I'm there."
no, actually, when they started making the huge changes, like allowing people to
Mm,
um, use whatever character they want instead of locking it out, right? And then
oh,
when they started allowing you to play the in-game content with your friends, because you couldn't do that before,
facts.
you had to do it by yourself,
Right.
and
It was
that's
a sing.
whack.
You had to play single player until a certain point. That's what kind of deterred me because I wanted to play with my people, but I didn't even know they
Yeah.
made that change.
So,
Okay.
so when they started making these changes that uh, like basically getting rid of all the walls to allow people to just play. That's what interests me. Now, I'm not saying I didn't. I told myself that once the Black Panther stuff drop, I'll go back to it. But I did was interested. I was like, oh, finally, I don't have to worry about if I'm choosing Cap because I have max characters that's not just Black Panther, and I'm like, if I choose that, is if I want to choose it, and somebody else chooses it, I'm stuck. I can't choose nobody else, and that's the only guy I got that's maxed, and I can't play. So that's how it was, and it was extreme. And then they had multiple crashes, and the in-game loot system was broken. But like I said, now it's a situation when it feels like they're rewarding you every week. They're starting to pick up, and recently, I think it was a week ago, they tweeted out, "We hear you." We hear you about the end game, and we're
Right.
we're focusing on this going forward. That means something and to the consumer. So everyone out there, definitely, if you got Game Pass, definitely worth the try to drop. It is available both on PC and Xbox, so you have that flexibility. It is one account, so you can play on Xbox, pick up where you left off on PC. It doesn't matter. And can you play it on XCloud? You know that?
I don't know. You got to ask the X Cloud expert, Mr. 100. I think he's in the chat.
Anybody in chat that's trying to go on XCloud and see if this game can be played on XCloud. I'm
And
very
Cali
curious.
Rex, that train was for you. I'm selling those tickets for $10 and $15 a month, so you can get on that Game Pass hype train anytime you want. You know what I'm saying? 10 to 15 bucks. It's there for you. It's all there. That's a fact. But we're gonna keep moving on, man. I'm excited for the game. I'm just happy to have more people with hands on because when people hear stuff, they don't give it a try. Like I said, you kind of deterred me. I was like, damn, if it's that broken, I don't want to play. But now I'm gonna start it back up and I'm gonna go hard body because I'm a super, super, super Marvel guy, man. Like, you know, but it makes you feel like you're using those characters. That was my biggest thing. I was like, well, I don't care if it's not working 100%. I feel like I'm using the Hulk, and that's my favorite character. So, him, Wolverine, and Spider Man, and people like that. So, but it's a good look, and it's good that
Always
Microsoft,
have something good to play with your friends
right?
anyway.
And
You
Microsoft
know what I
is
mean?
is 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 aiming for the fences, man. Every time they make some type of show or announcement, Game Pass is included, man. And that train is crazy. Even when they did the Surface, and we talked about the Surface presentation last week, every device was playing Game Pass. From the Duo 2 to the Surface Pro 8 to the new Surface Studio laptop studio. Everything is promoting Game Pass, man. And the way the presentation We're gonna get into the Tokyo Game Show in a minute, but damn, they're really pushing that product and they're going hard body, man. So it's definitely good to see them supporting it and moving forward into the future. And it's really an excellent deal for the players, the community. Now we're gonna get into PlayStation acquired a new studio, right? Now we talked about this on 4GQ TV, um, and we're gonna discuss it. Blue Point. They're not really a developer that makes AAA titles. What they're really known for is doing remasters yeah, remasters or remixes or whatever games. So, what did you think about this when you heard about this, PK? Because I thought this was a safe acquisition. You know, they're not aiming for the fences in terms of financials. It's not a $1 billion deal, couple 100 million, if that, because even Insomniac was only like 236 million, but or 39 million. But I think this was a safe move by them. So you give me your opinion on this Blue Point deal, and where do you think they're going with this? Are they going with new development in games or a bunch of remasters still coming out this? Because they also did Demon Souls for PS5 launch and God of War 1 and 2 remaster. So tell me, do you think these studios going to get a AAA game, a title of their own, or will they continue this remaster phase? Talk to me.
I mean, I believe they are gonna come out with a new IP now that they got some money behind them. I mean, that's what all these acquisitions do, pretty most part. From you know, they're gonna be, they probably wanted to always do something, but didn't have the funds, so they just did what
It was
you
paid to
know,
do.
they were contracted out to do something, and they got their niche, and that's what they worked on. Not to say they'll stop doing that, because I can see them still doing that for sure going forward. But they also have their own, ambitions, and that's why they made the agreement with Sony, because it met with their, you know, whatever their vision is. And yeah, I think, I mean, let's be honest, this announcement just came, but you know how this stuff works. That's They already had this in the bag for at least over a year.
Right,
We just now hearing about it.
right, right.
So, with that being said, they're already working on something new, I think,
Mm.
because that's the only thing that would make sense. Because I'm sure that's part of the the uh, the agreement, and they can get some of the new IPs they want off the maps. It's no different than any other studio Microsoft has, right? A lot of stuff I mean, think about it. We wouldn't have Psychonauts 2 today without the backing
I mean, I get
Microsoft.
that. Okay, let me give you this perspective. What I thought, right? I would have confidence in this deal because I do like their work, but they ain't known to make no games. They only known to remaster. That's why I'm like, okay, do they have a studio that can make a good IP? I know they got a studio to redo an IP. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, every game y'all made, it's not what y'all made, you just remastered it. So I don't really have no confidence in this purchase. Insomniac, we
And,
know what they could do. Ninja Theory, we know what they could do. Uh, Double Fine, we know what they could do. I'm just saying, like, I was like,
nah, I
okay,
got you. I
because
got
I'm
you.
like, what did
But
y'all make? Like,
but but this is what I'm saying. It's the same thing I'm getting at. I get what you're saying, but I don't think it's going to be business as usual. I do not think
mm,
that. I think there's definitely going. I mean, I'm not saying they're not going to stop doing that, but let's be honest. I believe that Sony is here to compete,
oh,
and
no
they
doubt.
know that they have to turn out, and they got to get all hands on deck. So I don't think it's business as usual. I think it's going to be a little bit of something that we used to, but a little something new too. I mean, they got a lot of IPs that they own that they never brought back. It could be a reimagine, kind of like a Perfect Dark situation, where it's just a reimagine of an old IP. We never know, man. It might not be a remake per se. It might be a Was it what you say? Not a remake.
A
No, a
remaster?
remake, remaster. But a remake or a reimagine is like a newer version of whatever the old game was. So that is acceptable, right? Like a Final Fantasy situation.
Or the
That would
last two Resident Evils. Or Demon Souls, because they added to that too.
so I think that would be a good thing, but I really think they may be also doing a new IP as well. So
Okay.
I wouldn't put it past them. I would just say like it's a good pickup for Sony because, like I said, they already got the relationship. They already understand the inner workings, but they also did not agree to be acquired unless they got their demands met too.
Okay.
And I don't believe that they just want to make somebody else's remakes the rest of their life.
Right,
I
right.
truly believe
That
that
becomes
they
quite tedious. Facts.
I truly believe they have their own ambitions and definitely would want to add their own mark in the gaming history. So I don't think it's all business as usual. Uh, you know,
Well, I definitely hope so, man. I would like to see a new. I love new IPs, man. Some people don't have faith in them. Oh, it's not proven, but if it got to come out to be proven, so I'm all for new IPs. Now, supposedly, a Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition leak or leaked rating says we might be getting the remasters of Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, and Vice City, right? For October or November. And people are assuming, being that they've been, Rockstar is working on this, right? They're assuming that this is what's holding up the next gen version of, again, Grand Theft Auto 5. Uh, do you believe that this game even exists? This whole, because it's like it's so much secrecy, it's so much BS. People yelling sources, people saying I saw it. Now we got a so-called leak, a rating leak for October or November. They kind of like spreading it real wide for to be guessing, so they can say, "Well, I did say 2 months." But tell me, what do you think about this? Do you think this game exists? Because Rockstar hasn't came out and said anything.
listen, it could exist, but I didn't know that they said this. You said this October,
Yeah,
November. That ain't
yeah.
happening. That ain't happening.
You listen, that's what they was talking
That
about
ain't happening.
on the internet, man, on the interweb. Is 100%. Uh,
That ain't happening. Let me tell you. The, ask the chat. How many games has Rockstar ever produced and not market the crap out of it for you to
Facts.
spend
This is
money?
what's bugging me out. Like, listen, I'm a San Andreas fan, and I love Vice City. Those are my two favorite GTA's. Even though I have San Andreas right now on my Xbox with backwards compatibility. Shout out to that Gamepass and backwards compatibility. But
Like I
I
said,
would love
you know,
I would love a new versions of both of them because they are
I'm not.
outdated and
Yeah,
they didn't age well. But
but I'm with you. But at the same time, how many games that they made that they have not marketed crap out
not
of?
one.
Let me tell you, GTA 5 is the most tired game they ever made, yet they market it again for this generation of consoles.
They're 100 million sold, man.
They are whatever they do is not going to hold back GTA 6. The reason why GTA 6 is taking forever is because they want it to take forever. They don't need to rush anything as long as people still spending money on this old tired game that went through 3 iterations.
Facts. That yo listen.
it's that's just to be honest, that's all it is. As
I
long
mean,
as why kill this off when you're
right.
generating millions
N- Billions. Billions of
or
dollars.
billions?
Right.
But
I don't
it's
know, man.
it's the same idea of what I keep telling people what Nintendo is. You know why Nintendo has not brought out their Pro, even though it does exist or whatever it's going to be called? Because they don't need to
They don't need to.
until
There's no point. There's
until
no pressure like we're losing money or we're breaking even.
until the sales drop off. They're not going to show us nothing new. I'm telling you that now. And even when they do show us something new, They're not going to show us no new games. They're just going to port everything over and then make you buy it again. That's the system, and people are accepted because it's Nintendo. And I'm saying it's the same idea. Rockstar is going to continue to sell GTA 5 every iteration because it still makes them money. It's
That's they
just it's
ride
just
and
what
they
it is.
pimping it. They pimping they ride. That's what they
And
doing,
yeah,
and I ain't
and
mad at
so
them. They just
I'm
not
not
getting another.
mad.
They not getting another dollar out of me.
I'm not mad. I'm just not one of those dudes,
Yeah,
right?
I'm
I
not mad.
dropped it.
Yeah,
I dropped it at the 360. I wasn't trying to uh uh uh, uh pay an extra $10 to bring it across and keep. I was done. I did everything I wanted to do and moved on. I'm good. You guys who love to jump in there and that's your game, that's your game. I ain't mad at you. However, it is a lie. Nothing's holding GTA 5. If anything's holding GTA 6 back, it's GTA 5. It's because you guys keep spending money. When you guys stop doing that, they definitely gonna be like, "Oh, let's hurry up and get this done."
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. They gonna.
That's just being real.
That's a fact.
But for us the remakes, I'm with you. I want to see San Andreas especially was definitely a special place. Vice City was definitely a unique one for sure.
It's the best
And
Scarface game ever.
having both of those would be dope. But dropping them the next 2 months is just not gonna happen. There's no marketing. Nobody knows it's happening. They're gonna want everybody and their mama who's already still playing GTA 5 to pick this up. And if they're not talking about it now, it's gonna get missed. There's too much stuff happening this holiday not to already be marketing this. They
That's a
got the
fact.
money.
Oh
Why
yeah.
wouldn't they do it?
Right.
So let's stop this narrative and think. I always tell people, don't believe all the rumors. Look at the money. Follow the money because the money don't lie, right? Ain't there a song where that talks about that?
That's a fact.
The money don't lie. So if you pay attention, if they didn't market it, it's not gonna happen be- because they gonna want to maximize their profit. So um it's different.
If they do
Um
come out with it, I'm buying it because I
yeah,
want. Those are my favorite games from GTA. They're better than all the ones after
it
them.
it will be an event when
Yes.
they drop it. It's not
Yes.
gonna be just yeah,
It's
this
coming out
happened.
next week. We got y'all.
Yeah, it's right. It's not gonna be one of those things. No, it's gonna be an event. They're gonna make it. They're gonna be like at the top of the hill, shouting the crap out of it over and over and over until you get it locked in your brain that you gotta have it, right? And that's just how it's gonna be.
Well, okay, okay. Yo, shout out to G4 in the building, man. I see you, baby. Always a pleasure to have you. Always a we even got Alethea in the building. Shout out to you. Welcome to the Dragons Den. That's what's up. Listen, I want to say this, man. I don't care. They can take my money. It could be. They could sell them separately. I wouldn't even give a damn. I love both those games. It brought so many great memories, man. And the customization in San Andreas with your character, the working out to the running, the bicycle riding, just the development of the character, the story, man. Excellent California environment. Thought the game was amazing. They gonna take my money. I don't give a damn, and I'm all in, man. I am all in. Oh, yo, listen, you got your own sound effect. We hold on. You know what? I'll get to you in a minute. Let me finish hosting for GQ TV. Now, with that being said, we're going to talk about a new feature that's on PS5 that, sometimes the community could be negative when somebody else involves a feature for their gaming side. Like, this is not an Xbox, this is not a Switch. PlayStation 5 has implemented a try before you buy. And the game that they're starting with is Sackboy and Death Stranding, the director's cut. I think this is an excellent situation for the community, and I hate to see the negative narratives behind some of these remarks when Sony tries to make a good move. I think this is a good move. It's like trying a special demo. Um, this is also on Steam. So PK, with them implementing that you can try. Well, Sackboy is one of my favorite, but I'm definitely not buying Death Stranding. I don't care what they could do. Directors Snyder cut for
It,
me.
it needs to
Not
be the
doing
last stranding, is what
it.
it needs to
Right,
be.
right. But being at Sony, That's why you know the game's struggling because they trying to give it out for free for an hour or whatever they doing. But um, tell me what you think about this, man. Are you all for it, or are you saying like, they just trying to give it a little something? But I'm for it. Let me just say that for the record. What did you think about Sony taking these strides to getting their community to try these games out? And they said
I
they're
think
gonna
it's
move forward and do that also.
like I said, I think it's good. Um, Options matter. And to be honest, right now, Sony hasn't done a good job with their with with giving their community features,
Mm-hmm.
right? They haven't done the best job on uh, following the competition's footsteps and providing an experience where they feel like they're a part of something bigger. Like, and I think this is what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bringing your community together, making people want to stay in your ecosystem is important. It ain't about selling consoles, right? Platforms don't matter. It's about staying with the ecosystem.
Right.
It's kind of what Apple started with the iPhone and iTunes. You don't want to change after you invested so much. It don't matter what the device is. You don't want to lead the ecosystem. That's what you want. And you have to provide options for that. You
Mm-hmm.
got to make them feel like they're getting value out of the money they spend. Cause I can't, and I know, and I'm not crapping on, 108. He owns PS5, but PS5 has not presented itself in a way where it has validated, it has brought enough value for the purchase outside of the excitement of a PS5 name. And does it have some games? Yes. Does it have enough games? No. Does it have enough options without all this complex moving from PS4 to PS5? No. That should be a easy. You're the consumer. It should be easy for you, for anybody. They need to continue this to bring their community together so and do all the heavy lifting for them. I shouldn't. I have PS4. I didn't buy PS5, but I have PS4. But if I wanted to keep my game, I shouldn't have to pay a $10 toll to move it on to the next gen.
But hold up, you don't like paying for haptic feedback? That's another $10.
All, all I'm
I'm just
saying
saying,
is,
I'm not doing it. I'm
I'm
not
just
doing it.
saying,
I don't care. I own it. I'm not doing it.
hey,
I'm not paying you
hey,
$10 for something I paid for already.
I got you.
Not doing that.
I'm not even disputing that. I'm just throwing it out there to say, hey, they gotta continue to expand. Stop penny pinching their consumer base. You know, stop making them pay for their choices, right? The whole reason it's $70 is because they're trying to recoup a loss. The whole reason they charge for crossplay is because they're trying to recoup a loss. But that's not the consumer's responsibility.
Right.
If you want people to continue to invest, then give them options, features, and content. That's how you keep them in an ecosystem. So yes, I think for me, no, that's not my investment. Again, it's not bringing me any value. You know, but I think that making attempts to better their features for their consumers is always a good thing. However, I do still think they need to be mindful that penny pinching their consumers is going to bite them in the butt in the long run. And I don't want them to go anywhere. I want them to do better. So
Facts.
take what take the good things, Mike, like their competition Microsoft is doing, and do a better version. You have
Or
the
try to
you,
do a version. You ain't got to be better. Just try to do something. you
I
know?
mean, they have an advantage because they have a movie studio, right? They have a music platform. They can definitely take and create a subscription or some sort of feature to allow their users to take advantage of all the things that they actually own. But this is what I'm saying. They have to get out of the traditional way they done business the last 30 years and adapt to technology. That's just plain and simple where we at. You're not Nintendo, you're Sony. You can't do a Nintendo deal. I'm sorry, you can't. Nintendo's anomaly. They resist normal economics. All right? Nintendo should not exist if it's normal economics. But they
Mm-hmm.
here because they're anomaly. You can't look at them and say this is what they do.
Right.
No, you're a different ball game, right?
Everything
You
don't
sell
work for everybody.
TVs,
Right.
you sell camera, you do all this other stuff. You can't do what they do. You got to do what you do best and make that work for you. And I'm not saying be like Xbox because we don't want to go play PlayStation and want the Xbox experience. No, we want the PlayStation experience. We just want it better. When they say greatness awaits, we're still waiting.
Oh, here we go.
And
Here we
but
go.
at the same time,
Should I
I
go get
think
my
option
bulletproof vest right now? I'll go
nah
put
nah
it on.
nah
I'll put it
nah.
on if you're gonna start shooting.
Nah, I'm just saying that I think options is great, and hopefully they start to pick up some time to get some of these features added because they do have a brand that sells itself, and that
Facts.
is what's crazy, right? Remember last year, February, all they did was announce the title PlayStation 5, and it had like 2 million likes.
Right.
Didn't even show the console. Didn't even show the console or any
And
specs or nothing.
they wouldn't. Remember that? They wouldn't
But
show the console.
but with that being said, they have a brand that sells itself. So why would you need to take that momentum and build on it?
108 Dragons
Don't kill
TV
it
welcomes
by
4 guys with quarters.
penny pitching your consumers because they're gonna get tired of that. When MLB the show dropped on Game Pass, they were looking mighty upset that they're paying $70 and here these cats over here and enjoying it just having a subscription. Am I wrong?
Nah. There was a lot of feelings hurt. It was blasphemy. But they don't own MLB.
But you get what I'm saying, though. It's like it's gonna be apples and oranges to a point where they're gonna get tired of it. So they gotta come up with a system that offers a similar experience or a different experience that brings the value of owning said product. And that's all I'm saying. It don't have to be a 1-for-1. Just whatever it takes to get them in a ball game where it's a competition of some sort.
Your co-host in the chat talking about, he's in my chat talking about sounds are sexy. Listen, clowns, don't come here with that. Take your behind out of here with that sexy talk. It's a game show, baby. This ain't your OnlyFans page. We ain't doing none of that in here. Facts. Now, we got 2 topics left. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Share this out on your favorite social medias, man. I'm telling you, 46% of y'all are not subscribed to the channel, but y'all always coming back and watching the content, and it is greatly appreciated. Take 2 milliseconds at the time and hit that subscribe button, man. Greatly appreciated, man. And even shout out to the one dude with the thumbs down that probably left 3 minutes after the show started, and he's probably the only dude that keeps doing that on all my damn videos. Got to be the same person. But I still love you too, brother. Shout out to your gaming life. Now, xCloud, 30 million, is able to reach 1 billion people. They are halfway to that mark. Let's get on that Game Pass hype train right now. Now, I told everybody 2 months ago there was over 26 million. Dudes told me, Lemon, where you get those facts from? I said, my friends, not fake sources. Now, when I told y'all that 2 months ago, now look at today. They're over 30 million. They're over 30 million on Game Pass. Are you serious? Now, people said, and I'm going to give y'all a scenario. Game Pass is not sustainable. It financially is going to break the developer. Let me give you a scenario. Netflix, biggest streaming service on the planet. All these TV shows they got. All of these blockbuster movies they got. These exclusive cartoons and Netflix series they got. Cost millions and millions and millions of dollars. I'm pretty sure they're spending more money on movies than the average developer is on games. And they charge $17 a month. $2 more than Game Pass Ultimate. So if Netflix could survive and those movies cost more money than the average game, what makes you think Game Pass is not sustainable? Now, is that not the facts, PK? Those are facts right there. Now, with that being said, I want to ask the people in the chat. I want to ask my wonderful co-host, my brother from another mother. They can reach up to 1 billion, adding Japan, Australia, Brazil, and Mexico into that xCloud ecosystem. What did you think about this news, PK? Did it get you excited to be able to play with even more gamers and have gamers out there being able to not just be in our ecosystem, but being able to reach people who might not be able to afford an Xbox Series S and S in those countries? Talk to me, brother. Drop that knowledge for these people.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you, like I said before, options is a thing. And this is we going into the future here. This is the technology, the vision. Microsoft always been a visionary when it comes to what's coming down the pipe. Their messaging might not be the best, but they already knew where we were headed, and they actively investing into how can we get there. And here we are. There has always let me just be clear, guys. Everyone in the chat, there's always been a streaming service out there before there was xCloud.
Thank you.
There is the streaming service actually existed before there was an Xbox One. And all I'm saying is, what I'm getting at is they seen that we are moving in a technical world where everything is not attached to an item. So how can you be flexible, still provide content, and not being attached? So they watched, right? We went through the blockbuster Netflix phase, and Netflix showed us that we can still get our content without being attached to sitting at home. Blockbuster laughed, but look where we at now.
Where's Blockbuster?
What I'm getting at is now we have multiple Netflixes.
Facts.
Yes, right? Multiple streaming services, right? Same thing with cable. Cable never wanted people to cut the cord. Instead of investing into the next generation technology, now we're sitting at a point where we don't need it. And all I'm saying is not to say that having hardware is ever going to go away. That's not going to happen. We're going to always have a dedicated, discrete platform of some type. But the flexibility of the cloud makes it possible for people to do work and play games. And this is new for the Asian market, particularly because they don't have, not all regions have the ability to get an Xbox. Right?
Be able to afford it. It's a bigger commitment.
But if they can get a sub and be able to get on and play the games
on a device that they choose to,
or whatever they have.
Right.
That is a win because that brings them value for the investment that they putting in.
That's a fact.
And it's, in Japan, we do know they're more mobile than, they buy less dedicated platforms than the rest of the world.
So is South Korea and China.
So they, and let's just talk about South Korea. They're one of the biggest gaming communities in the world. They do competition like no other. They are, in fact, this is their job. A lot of them. If you guys didn't know, if you go into a hotel, any hotel, in South Korea, they already have gaming PCs sitting there
Mm-hmm.
for you to just go play because this is their job. This is what they do all the time.
That's a
So
fact.
giving them options to Game Pass, including on PC, including on their phone, including on everything else, giving them options to do what they already been doing, but another window, a pane of glass, as I could say, to be able to enjoy more games without the initial investment, I would say. Because it's not saying you can't buy the games, just saying I never tried it, so I'm gonna give it a try.
Facts.
That's a big deal. Not to mention, now we're going to a point where the investment is not just Game Pass, but now it's investing into a world of multicultural localization of Game Pass.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no
It's
doubt.
it's
No
it's
doubt.
it's no Amazon ain't big because it only sold in the US.
All right.
It has multiple domains. You might have to put, .ca or .jp or something, but it still Amazon had to localize itself for the market it's selling to. And that's what I'm getting at. So it's still going to be Game Pass, but the feature games might be slightly different depending on the region. Not
Right.
to say it won't be available, but the feature games, the ones that are upfront and personal,
Facts.
will eventually change because that's what's attracting those customers. Same thing with when you go to Amazon.ca, .jp, whatever. It's still Amazon, but when you go to the different domains, the feature stuff that they selling changes depending on the region, and that's what I'm saying. So this is great. And not only is it great, it's getting more people understanding that this is here to stay. That's why I talked about this, I don't know when I mentioned this, but when we did that interview with Square about Outriders,
Right.
and he said on the interview that this is the beginning. Remember at that time we didn't have that many third-party games launching day and date on Game Pass
Oh,
or
we got
dropping.
a whole bunch this holiday. That's a fact.
But now recently you can see it's a different ball game. And it works. If nobody was making money, if the companies that are putting their games on there, and I'm not just talking about the indies, because a lot of people will say, oh, it's just indie stuff.
No, that's
Relax,
bull. That's
okay?
bull.
Relax, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you, MLB The Show wouldn't be as successful if it was with the money that it made. It is still the most successful MLB The Show ever.
Ever. Shout out to Game
And
Pass.
it came on Game Pass.
Shout out
So
to Game Pass.
how did it make money if nobody spent money on the game?
Mm-hmm.
Here we are again, even though this might not Game Pass right now, but this is a sign that this is where we're headed. Again, I just talked about Tales of Arise for the first time ever released simultaneous across all platforms.
Mm-hmm.
King of Fighters 15 for the first time ever going to release simultaneous across all platforms. We read Namco Bandai themselves are rebranding, even though I don't care for their rebrand image, are rebranding to push more worldwide releases because of all the success they see across the board. And this is what I'm talking about. So when you could put, and what that when I did an interview with the guy from Square, what he said was, especially when you have a brand new IP, who wouldn't want to put their game in front of 20 plus million people on day one?
Right. To give it a chance. Right.
Who wouldn't want to do that? Because nobody even know what your game could do. But that's what gave it so much media coverage. It's because it was in front of 20 plus million people. It was on all these platforms, but let's be honest, without Game Pass, a lot of people may not have given it a
touched their
chance.
hands. Right. When the guys got eyes and hands on. That's a fact.
And then we interviewed the the owner and the developer of Christ Tales, the indie developer, and he stated that if it wasn't for this Game Pass deal, this is his first successful game. He made games before, but this is his first successful game, day and date on Game Pass. And this is what I'm talking about. It's and don't get me wrong, he likes all the platforms. He's not biased. It's on all platforms. However, he was just speaking of these kind of deals were monetary successfully for him as well as his development for games that represent his country and all of his background was just as important. So he was able to put it out there front and front facing for everyone to give it a try. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, right? This goes into the Asian market too.
Yep.
This we are attracted. I'm not saying we, but they are attracting more and more Asian developers. You know, I don't care if they're a developer or just a was people to put it out the publication, whoever puts it out, right? So they are seeing this as an opportunity as well, especially for games that are new or even games that are old, right? Games that are old, they kind of want to squeeze a little bit out of. We see the Yakuza series has been super
The
successful.
most successful it's ever been in years, and it's been out for years. That series.
After it hit Game Pass, it was it was like life changing. So they see this and they see it's working. EA would never partner up with Game Pass if it wasn't lucrative. EA is one of the most money hungry
Very selfish.
companies out there,
That's right.
but they would never partner up if they didn't see it being monetary value to them. And that's kind of what I'm getting at. So that means there's a possibility there will be more partners coming down the line. We never know. You know, it'd be cool if Ubisoft jumped on board. It could be cool if Square jumped on board. It'd be cool. But all I know is they see the money differences. They see more adoption to their games. Yes, people are buying Game Pass games. Even though it's on Game Pass, don't mean people ain't spending the money. I'm a testament to that. They're definitely buying it.
Something's wrong with you.
But the thing is, no, because every game is not going to stay on Game Pass forever.
Oh,
So
I'll wait till they
it's-
say you're taking it out. Then I'll buy it.
I get it. Everybody has their own. But the point I'm making is they're still buying the games. They're still picking it up.
Right.
Like Marvel's Avengers just hit. There's some people that will probably
With all the content like Destiny. That's a
they
shocker.
will probably still pick up the game. And my thing is or spend money on the game, whatever. The point I'm making is it gives them a window of opportunity to present themselves to a bigger base of gamers to play something they may not play. Think about how many people that did not play Marvel's Avengers a year to date. Now they have the opportunity.
Oh, I can't wait to see these numbers. I'm excited.
But that's how I feel. I think it's great. I think options and then, you know, like I said, competition will have to step up and present something as equal value.
Facts. Well, I think it's a great situation. You definitely knocked that topic out the ballpark, man. It's something that's really gravitating to many people, man. And don't worry, in November the end, I'm gonna give you some new numbers, and then please tell me I'm wrong. Then, anyway, we're gonna get into the hot topic and the most fire situation and the best situation I've ever seen Microsoft perform in. Tokyo Game Show. They knocked it out the park. Now give me what excited you, PK, about TGS, and then I'll go last. Because this is the last topic, people. And shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Because without y'all, there is no us, man. I appreciate everybody here. So tell me, PK, what excited you about TGS?
Are you TGS in general or the Xbox show?
The Xbox show.
Okay.
Because
So-
TGS is still going on.
So What I think is great is not only did they drop a new commercial trailer, right? But they showed a lot of excitement. Like it felt like their extension E3 because there was a lot of excitement. Yes, there was a lot. It was pretty much in Japanese, but you can see, you can hear, you can tell there is a lot of excitement with the commitment that Phil and his team is doing by expanding options for the Asian market because he does understand that in order for the adoption to happen, they got to feel like they're part of this ecosystem.
That's right.
And he he is working very hard to build those bridges. And I mean, we just talked about Amazon Japan. You guys go to Amazon JP. The best selling console on Amazon and Amazon JP is the Series S.
Facts.
The thing is, we didn't see this coming, right? This is something new, a new phenomenon. But at the same time, the work is paying off.
Yeah.
We're seeing them jump on board. We're seeing the interest. They dropped two Japanese games that never would have touched the Xbox console in
Three.
Game Pass. Three.
Yep.
Okay, three.
Three. Facts.
And they're high quality games. They're games that listen, let me tell you, I'm playing. I don't even know what to say. I'm just tongue tied. There's too many to go around, but it's a big deal. And
especially for an American company, because Japan don't buy in on American.
But this is what I'm saying. Is like they're showing the commitment to the Asian fan base. Like we got games for you too, and we're gonna continue to bring them on board so that you guys have a place, so that you don't feel like you're the outsiders. You know, just because we're a Western company, don't mean you are not part of the community, and that's kind of the message that is being sent. Is actually that you are what helps build this community. So being a part of it and getting into the Game Pass and getting your Series S and all these things, because Japan is on technical stuff, but honestly, when it comes to the TVs and stuff, they're not really about that life like we are.
No, they're
right?
not. It's Europe
They
and United States. That's the
but
big technical TV.
but but they do like accessibility and options. They do like features.
And
They
small.
do.
They love small consoles.
Yeah. So another thing is they do like the ability of having their stuff on the go,
Yeah.
and that is a big appeal to them. But what's even bigger is not only do they have their stuff on the go, but they see what what is recognizable to them on the go. And not only that, like I kind of mentioned before, localizing the first party games for Japan
Let
is
me give you a couple names.
crazy.
Redfall, Starfield, big games. Big
Yo,
games.
that is crazy huge.
Halo Infinite.
How
First
many-
time ever in Japanese.
How many American
Language.
games that big has been localized for the Asian market?
And they said the next Elder Scrolls 6 also.
All I'm saying,
That's crazy.
that's
And y'all
that's
know the
proven.
dialogue in English. We know the dialogue in English in Skyrim and Elder Scrolls. We know how far that goes. Imagine the Japanese language, because they say 5 things extra to one American word. That's a lot of dialogue. Just saying, just to give y'all an idea.
That's what I'm getting at, though. It's like that. To me, that's huge, and that's worth talking about.
That's right.
That's talk. It's not even a game reveals, because it's just about showing the real commitment. It's not them talking, right? They're actually putting in the work, and that's kind of what I thought was dope and important about this whole show, is that we are consumers. We're gonna benefit from this partnership. Us over here in the West, We like the Japanese games. We don't get enough of them. I don't care what platform you're on. There's a lot of them that don't make it over here.
Facts.
Period. And with this relationship, now we're going to see more um, Eastern games come over and more Western games go to them. And they will try it because it's on Game Pass, right?
Right.
They will
Right.
give it a shot now. You know what I mean? So that's a big deal. And it's like you just can't beat that. It's too much of a good value. But I think it's important to, just like the Christ Tales, South America gamers, developers, you know what I mean? Middle Eastern, European, whatever. We want all of that energy put in there for each gamer to be able to try. And no matter what part of your world you might be in, there's games that we might not ever get to enjoy or try because it didn't hit our radar for
Facts.
whatever reason. But now that it's in front of us, hey, I'm gonna install it and give it a shot.
I've been doing it. That's why I'm keeping a couple indie titles.
I've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah,
You
I
guys
use
can see what I've been playing at a little bit of everything. And I'm just saying, like, that's why I think that's important. They really highlighted the importance of building these relationships. And I strongly think that it's just going to be better going forward for the community, no matter what platform you own, because, like I said, there's a crazy amount of Eastern titles that just never make it to the West Coast. And it's been that way forever.
Well, I'm gonna say this, man. First of all, they Masuo, man, one of the biggest streamers in Japan. First of all, he was pushing that Game Pass hype train, um, big time. And then he brought in two other. I can't think of their names. I'm not gonna hack them dudes' names up, but he brought in the other two. It's three of them. It's really like seven dudes, but they got the three top streamers in Japan to promote Game Pass, showing them dudes. One dude on his phone playing, one dude on his PC playing, one dude on his console playing. They cooperatively playing. They're promoting Game Pass. They're promoting community gaming. They're localizing games. Halo Infinite, Redfall, Starfield. Listen. Phil Spencer and the team over there in Xbox, they figured it out, right? When they kept talking about we got to push in Japan, I kept saying Japan don't buy nothing American. Only the Tahoes and Escalades. And that's a fact. Those trucks are like 150,000 of Japanese money over there, right? I'm saying, listen, it's gonna be hard to push that market. They got Tango Game Studios with that ZeniMax deal. They had a conversation with Shigini Mikami. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically explaining his ambitions and being part of the team, being part of Xbox, promoting what he wanted to promote. Talking about Game Pass, day and date games, how the development and growth of Game Pass is going to affect everybody. And the message is clear. Now, my man Lawrence, my man G4 in the chat, let me tell you something. 30 million don't mean game sales, right? I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of these countries that do have internet or accessibility, like Mexico, like Brazil, Australia, and Japan, right? They just want people on the service who cannot buy the premium consoles, right? We know that's the premium, best graphics, best this, best that. We already know. But just to have them locked in for $10 or $15 a month, Phil was right. Because like I said, if you go back to Netflix is winning. I don't care about the 100 million on Disney Plus. They're winning too. Nobody's losing. Apple TV need those numbers. Amazon Prime members, we already know where they at. I'm an Amazon Prime dude. They just want to get their foot in the door. So if Microsoft can bring to those regions or countries that cannot go out there, the Xbox is $542 American, right? or that's in my state. Like we have high taxes here. Some places a little bit cheaper. But imagine having that experience from xCloud and not buying a console and playing on your cell phone, your tablet, your PC, because everybody can't afford these consoles. They either like, listen, we're gonna get a computer for the house, or we're gonna get y'all got to use your cell phones. So they're looking at the bigger picture. So shout out to my boy Infinite in the chat. So the business aspect is the variety of options, as PK was alluding to the whole damn episode, which is the facts. I don't care if you like something or you dislike something. The point is, no matter, it's a little bit of something for every single individual out there. And accessibility is the key to success. And Microsoft, I don't know what they've been doing and sitting in these meetings, but they're on fire this generation. It's a complete turnaround from last generation. Like I said, I always say this, and I keep it a fish. I was not on the Game Pass hype train because I buy anything I want. I just buy, 10 games coming out, I get 11. But now with Game Pass, I kind of go, you know what? Let me see what happens. I don't run out there and buy it. Yes, I bought Marvel's Avengers, but one thing that excites me about Marvel's Avengers, and I own it already, is now I have way more options of people that can play it with me. I'm not just secluded to who said, oh, this game is not good, I'm not buying it, or this game is not good, or I don't like it, and I'm not playing it. Now I got a whole army of people that got the game that never wanted to buy it or didn't buy it, and now I can go to my friends list and go, yo, can I join you? Yo, can I play with you? Boom. So Game Pass is a win. I'm a baseball dude, right? I don't have a ton of people that play baseball. I buy every MLB. Now that it's so successful and how many people have adapted it on Xbox, I bought it. I have Game Pass. I got it on Xbox. I downloaded it. Now the rooms are filled. When I was on PlayStation, there'd be like 100 people on a server. Now there's like 5,000 people, 6,000. Sometimes at peak moments, it's 10,000 people in a server. So Game Pass has catapulted the game. I can always jump into a game like Outriders because it's on Game Pass. Even the EA games that was lackluster, when the frame rate boost happened for Battlefield servers lit back up. They lit back up. I'm like, damn, that many people got 120 frames because why did it get a frame rate boost? And now everybody's playing it again. So when I jump back in, it was easy to get matches. So we have to look at things on a bigger environment. Everything is not about a console or a game sale, but it's about them services. And if you're locked in for that $10 or $15 for 12 months, over 30 million people, that's a lot of bread. That's a lot of paper for everybody to eat. And, if you look at my interviews from Play New York City, I had developers on camera on that interview I gave saying, one developer said, I wish we was in Game Pass. They're on a Switch, they're on PC, but she said, I wish we was on Game Pass. And I had a couple dudes was at Games of Gold and what's that extinct game called with the dinosaurs?
Extinction, something extinction.
Primal Extinction, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
I interviewed them. Right? I interviewed them, and she said the reason this game was a huge hit is because we dropped it on Game Pass. We was able to put it in there. And these are the people that made Just Cause. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, listen, Game Pass is for the win. Got that on tape. Go check out that channel. Your boy always get these good interviews like that, man. Check it out, man. Hit that like and subscribe. But I'm just telling you, like, this is what you want to hear. If the devs are for it and want to be on it, it has to be a win. Cali Rex. Right. Cali Rex, you gotta come on.
You gotta go ahead and get it, bro.
You gotta go get it.
I don't want it now.
No. Listen. I'm telling you, when it was announced in 2018, I got shout out to Microsoft. They hooked me up for a year of free Xbox Game Pass. Then a year after that, they gave me until My thing is still going to 2022. But with that being said, it's a great consumer situation. If you're a parent and that don't play games, you get your account. Your kids is playing mad games they would never play, and they won't be bugging you every week for a new game. They got plenty to play. They say, oh, it's 100 plus. It's well over 200 games in there. Well over 200. Pushing 3. So you definitely can get in there, have a great time. I don't want to sound like a Game Pass advocate, but I definitely, like PK said about Marvel's Avengers, he was definitely on the fences. It was like, this game needs some work. And I was definitely on the fences saying, Game Pass ain't for me. I've been a Game Pass affiliate and a member forever now, and since it's been around, and yes, it has evolved. xCloud is a bonus situation. They're adding touch controls. Go look at the Surface event. They was playing on the phones. They was playing on the tablets. They're pushing this narrative that's getting across to people. They're not pushing a narrative that people are not adapted to. It's actually sinking in. So with that being said, man, that is the last topic of tonight. And let me say something for the people that's watching. Absolutely amazing. The attendance, the chat, y'all lit. Anthony Chipmunk. I don't even know if I ever said that, but welcome to the channel, man. And listen, man. Panel members that's missing, Akumu. I hope you're having a great stream over there. Shout out to my boy Sick. Congratulations to your family member with that success. I'm not gonna put your business out there, but congratulations to you and your family, and celebrate it up and hit me up. We might link up later if you're free. But yeah, we gonna get up out of here. Yo, PK, once again, I know you cooking and BBQing with the family. I gotta get my boy out of here quick. PK, where can they find you, man? And another great one by you, baby. Another great knowledgeable situation that you be dropping. Where can they find you, PK?
Hey, man, definitely. Thanks for coming through, everybody. A good show there, big bro, for sure. Good conversation. Definitely find me here at the Dragon's Den every Saturday doing the daggone thing. Then find me definitely at 4GQ TV. Well, we doing a whole lot of stuff, but catch me on Thursdays. Definitely follow me at
108
Live
Dragons
on
TV
Twitter.
welcomes
Hey, man,
4 guys with quarters.
everybody go hit that follow, hit DM me. Let's get into some gaming. Don't be afraid. The man's DMs is open. I'm trying to build this community.
Thanks.
Let's get this conversation for sure. Should have those links in the description. But anyways, GUG for life. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. And let me say something for the record before I even get to my outros. Tomorrow night, my game night. Excellent. The community showed up. Tomorrow it's gonna be a little bit smaller. We're doing this is 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on this channel. We're doing Rogue Company. I keep saying Squadron because I'm older than y'all. A lot of people in here, but we're doing Rogue Squadron tomorrow, man.
Rogue Company.
I said Rogue Company, man. We're doing Rogue Company. It's gonna be a 4v4. We're gonna get out here. We're gonna have a blast. Yo, last week was so successful. People watched, people entertained. Shout out to the people that showed up, that made it happen, man. We're doing it again. I'm bringing one of my brother's favorite games. I'm a rookie, so I won't be on the top of the leaderboards, but I'm definitely trying to bring. Listen, I'm bringing my game and not my name. You know what I'm saying? It won't be right-handed Zeus. It's gonna be a right-handed that trigger. But we're gonna get it on tomorrow, and hopefully next week it's gonna be a Battlefield weekend. If Battlefield allow me to do private matches, I think that's what we're gonna go with. We'll see what happens come the beta. So that's what I have planned. But yeah, it's your boy Lemon, man. You can find me here anytime. 108 Dragons TV, man. I love doing it. I love the content. Next week we'll be dropping codes. I forgot to go pick them up. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. I was very tired. I was working on this channel, and I hope y'all like this. Whenever my team is short, I ain't gonna even add nobody. I'm just gonna do the 1v1. Two great gamers, two great co-hosts, two great hosts, whatever you want to call us, man. We're going to come in here. We're going to give you the facts. We're going to give it to you organic, truthfully, and no bias on this channel, man. And with that being said, like I always say, I need y'all to bring your game and definitely not your name. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow if y'all pull up. Game night, baby. Competitive co-op game night. That's what we do. Get your Halo on. Infinite is a beast. Deuces.